Howdy folks, welcome back to the RCD show. I'm sitting here with the Better Half from Dale, Texas. This is Jimmy Joe and this is Chrissy Natoli. And we've been wanting them for a long time. I'd like to get right to their first song and then we'll chat a little bit. Wedding Vows was the song you was playing earlier that was Wedding Vows, right? That's the name of the song. Right. This was about their wedding. They wrote it about their wedding. We'll talk about that in a minute. For now, Wedding Vows by the Better Halves.
I promise to love and cherish you for all my livelong days.
And I will do the same no matter how much more your hair grays.
I'll love you when you're a busy bee,
and when you're a bump on a log. For you are the sunshine in my life that burns away the fog. I'll love you in the morning when there's dirty dishes in the sink.
I'll love you in the evening when you've been cleaning and you stink. I'll love you when you're grumpy
and when you're withdrawn. For you are the sprinkler that waters up my lawn. I'll love you even if you don't say a word of comfort when I cry.
I'll love you when you're hysterical and I have no idea why.
I'll love you when you laze around,
when you can't relax. For you are the secret prize in my box of Cracker Jacks.
I'll love you when the cat jumps on your lap, not on mine.
I'll love you when you're mad at me and you say everything is fine.
I'll love you when you're a messy slob,
and when clean ain't clean enough.
For I love you even more than a pack rat loves his stuff.
I love you even after the 11th time you press the snooze.
I love you even when you wear white tube socks with black shoes.
When your starter will not turn,
when your spark plug doesn't fire. For you are the 32 pounds per square inch of pressure in my tire. And I'll love you when your hair clogs up the shower drain.
I'll love you when you've lost your keys and phone again.
When you eat papaya,
when you're eating fish.
Betty Crocker doesn't stand a chance 'cause you're my favorite dish. And I'll love you even when you dare to beat me at Scrabble.
I love you and I'm listening to 3-minute long phone messages that you babble.
When you watch really scary movies.
When you play the Grateful Dead 100 times.
Are the one who sings wedding vows to me in rhymes. You change my oil,
you patch my jeans,
you fix my car,
you fix my spleen.
I'm an acupuncturist, we fix spleens. You're down to earth,
you ain't highfalutin.
Well, you're allergic to cow dairy,
and you don't eat gluten. So if we order a pizza without cheese or bread, we'll end up with just a bowl of sauce instead. And together we'll be happy. I promise to love and cherish you for all my livelong days. Do my best to care for you in big and little ways. And every day I'll be so glad to wake up to your face. If you want to play the treble clef, then I will take the bass. If you want to play the treble clef, then I will take the bass.
Wedding Vows. That was a cute song. And you wrote that about before you got married or after you got married?
It was right before we got married.
That was your vows.
Our actual vows that
yes.
we wrote as a duet.
I see.
We
so
sang
you
them at our wedding.
performed them at your wedding.
Yes.
Yeah, we did.
I would have been lovely to see. I don't think I've ever been to. I've been to some good weddings. We had a kind of an extraordinary wedding, and I've never been to one where the bride and groom played a song. That's a cool one that they wrote. Mm-hmm. A good song that they wrote.
Thank you.
So you guys have a new CD out. you this all over the map by the Better Halves. It's a beautiful CD. It's just gorgeously done. I was looking at it earlier. Talks all about. Anyway, tell the folks about this CD. What's on it? Why'd you do it? What do you want them to know about it?
It's our second CD, and our first CD was an album of duets. So the Wedding Vow song was on there. It's all duets. This album.
What was the name of it?
The first album was called Tête-à-Tête.
Okay.
And this album has a little bit more of our individual songs. So it has some of Jimmy Joe's songs and some of my songs. We sing harmonies, but some not all duets.
You'll do everything together?
We do lots of stuff together for sure. And yeah, it was just time to get more songs out there.
Yeah, and this is available on your website and other places too, I know, but
Yes.
Your website, let's talk about your website real quick. You can find these folks at
www.thebetterhalvesmusic.com.
thebetterhalvesmusic.com.
And it is halves, plural, Halves.
There we go. Let's get it all right down. Okay, and this, I saw you had a whole box of them ready to send out. So this is brand new, right? Brand spanking new. Well, folks, I know you'll like them. I wouldn't have brought them here if I didn't think you'd like them. Support your local artist here and get a copy of All Over the Map. I must admit, I have not listened to this particular CD yet. They just gave it to me. It's so new. But if it's I know it'll be good just because their music is good. It's still warm, yeah.
I think that's because it was in the car in
Oh,
Texas.
that's what I was sitting there thinking, it really is warm. All right, would you do us another song?
Yes, we'll do
All
one
right,
from the album.
Yeah, a song that's on here.
Yes.
Oh, and what's the name of it? It's the one that got away.
It's the one that got away, and it is a song that I co-wrote with Steve Brooks.
Steve Brooks.
Who's one of my
Where's
favorite
Steve
Austin
Brooks live?
songwriters. He lives in Austin, and he's an amazing songwriter.
Well, Steve Brooks, who lives in Austin, co-wrote this song. We'll give him, total credit. And somebody that I like says he's an amazing songwriter. So, hey, when you hear this, get in touch with me. I'd love to, talk to you about being on the show.
That's right, Steve.
All right. The one that got away by the Better Halves.
Took my boy fishing on the lake with a bamboo pole and a can of bait. We got 3 bites in an hour's time till a 12-pound cat broke a 10-pound line. I saw his eyes start to fill with tears. I hugged him tight and I said, my dear, you can cry about the one that got away. Made you happy for a little while, but tears will dry. You'll be looking back someday. The memories are gonna make you smile. It's okay. There's always one that got away. He kissed a girl in the marching band. At football games they were holding hands till her family moved to another state. Soon a letter came, told him not to wait. I saw him try just to hide the tears. Said, I know that it's hard to hear, but you can cry about the one that got away. tears will dry. You'll be looking back someday. The memories are gonna make you smile. It's okay. There's always one that got away. Watched him making his greatest catch as he tied the line with his perfect match. I thought to myself as our dance was done, now I'm losing my little son. He saw my eyes start to fill with tears. I heard him whispering in my ear, you can cry about the one that got away. Made you happy for a little while, but tears will dry. You'll be looking back someday. The memories are gonna make you smile, and I'll always let you love me like a child, come what may. One that got away. One that got away.
So, one of the things that fascinates me about you is that you write a lot of songs about automobiles, and
I do.
Yeah, and we was talking, and it's because you have this rich history of loving and working with automobiles, and so you how many songs roughly would you say you've written about or concerning vehicles?
I don't know, maybe a dozen.
See, so this next song is one of those, right? It's inspired by that. And the name again is?
It's called Mickey the Mechanic.
Mickey the Mechanic. And where'd this song come from?
It came from my uncle Jimmy, whose nickname was Mickey, who was the best mechanic on the planet.
Yeah, fix anything.
Yeah. And well, the way I like to introduce this song is that it's a true story that I made up. That's based on some true stories that my uncle made up.
My listeners know that about it. They're already used to that.
Okay,
I do that all the time, but I love it. Okay. All right. So Mickey the Mechanic by the Better Halves.
Lightning Rod was running whiskey, always knew the job was risky, set out to find the fastest car around. He got a name from a guy he knew, so there's only one man I'd send you to, that's Mickey the Mechanic on the other side of town. So Rod went to Mickey's shop, said I need a car that'll dust the cops. Mickey said, how much you willing to spend? They agreed on a price in cash, of course. Mickey charged him by the horse, half up front and half on the other end. Mickey said, nah, don't be shy. She'll do 110 in the blink of an eye, but you have to break her in slow, you'll break her down. Rod forked over a wad of cash, and he loaded up his liquid stash, and he grinned at that low and rumbling sound. The night was cool out there in the hills, the hooch was hot right off the still. He fired up that beast, ready for flight. He was wound up the hour late, he ignored advice and tempted fate, floored a pedal and sped off into the night. And all the years he's been running lightning, Rod never drove a car so frightening, he took Dead Man's Curve at 95. But Mickey built that rocket right, the tires held the pavement tight, he prayed he'd make it to the other side of life. Oh, Mickey the Mechanic, he's known to stir a panic, runs a shop on the other side of town. Built a car car comes with fear to 75 in second gear. Outrun the devil when you lay that hammer down. Late that night, Mickey had a visit before he could even say, who is it? The law damn near busted down his door. Mickey said, what can I do for you, Ben? The shop is closed and it's after 10, so how about telling me what this intrusion is for? The law said, Mickey, your problem's arisen. If you want to stay out of prison, I suggest you listen up and hear me good. Aiding and abetting's a serious crime. We'll send you up for some serious time for the voodoo that you do underneath the hood. The lawman said we need a car and one will outrun them all by far. We'll even pay a fare to get it right. So Mickey listened to her spiel, said, Mister, you got yourself a deal. I have one here, can drive away tonight. Mickey the mechanic, he's known to stir a panic, runs a shop on the other side of town. Built a car, bootlegger's fear, does 85 in second gear. Outrun the devil when you lay that hammer down. Rod felt the recoil as the dashboard light shined a word oil and a cloud of smoke billowed out from under the hood. Old Lightning took to panicking because he didn't know a thing about mechanicking and he wouldn't spin a wrench even if he could. On to bend that engine through a rod, Rod started believing in God as the back end lost control in an oil slick. The car spun out about 10 times. He could say it turned on a bucket dimes and slammed into a cypress tree down by the creek. The car came to rest in a bog, and Rod came to in a fog when he heard something trickling out down by the trunk. So he climbed out, crawled underneath, caught a stream of liquor between his teeth. He was well on his way to getting stone cold drunk. And it doesn't matter in the end if he heard the law coming round the bend, barreling on through that oily haze. The lawman hit that oil patch, and his tires never had a chance to catch, and they crashed head-on into a fiery blaze. Well, the news made its way to town, and Mickey closed his shop right down. He wheeled his own hot rod out the garage. Paid from parts not found on the shelf. He saved the fastest car for himself, left a cloud of dust as he hightailed it out of Dodge. Mickey the mechanic, he's known to stir a panic, runs a shop on the other side of town. Built a car everybody feared, does 95 in second gear. Outran the devil, he laid that hammer down.
That was some picking. I love the song, but my goodness gracious, I had no idea that you. Well, I mean, I have seen you pick, but that was beautiful, and I would love to take the opportunity to just to have our listeners and our audience and our viewers kind of see what you can do. Would you just play a little bit here? You was telling me he like went to university of this and got that and got what all did you say? Berkeley?
He went to Berkeley School of Music for a year, and then he went to GIT in Hollywood, Guitar Institute of Technology.
You actually trained.
Yeah.
I mean, you're probably the only
great teachers,
person I can think of right off, other than my kid, that's trained, and it's golly. Play us something. I just want to sit here and listen. Just play some stuff that you're proud of.
Well, this one is it's a guitar piece called Kentucky Fried Pickin', and it's on our new album.
Okay.
Ready?
Mm-hmm.
4.
Woo! That's like Doc Watson, Norman Blake, Danny Crary all rolled into this package with some David Grissom. You are
Thank you.
phenomenal, dude. I'm a
that.
flat picker, and that's and I am humbled by that. That was so clean. It was beautiful. I just you play like somebody who been to all those places and got trained. My gosh, I'd give anything. I'd give my fingers to be able to play like that. I wouldn't, but almost. I give my little toe. Something I don't need. But folks, this has been just a total blast. You are just consider yourself eternally welcome back. Just
thank you.
Thank you.
I want you back so bad. In 6 months or just next time you're passing through. I know it's a drive for you to come. And on behalf of our viewers and our listeners on the radio, just thank you so much for bringing us this wonderful half hour of music. I'm all charged up. When we started this, I was kind of, and now I'm just all charged up, electrified, and I'll go to bed hearing that. That was the name of that one again.
Kentucky Fried Pickin'.
Kentucky Fried Pickin'.
And you have it because it's on the new album.
And that's one that you wrote. That's your piece, man. That piece has the quality of something that could just break loose and make you famous. I mean, that could do for you what I don't know everything you do, but that could do what Gentle on My Mind did for John Hartford. That's just got an incredibly catchy tune.
Thank you.
I'm so. Hey, will you come back?
We'd love to
Absolutely.
come back. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Thank you. And thanks to Cheryl, too.
And thanks for tuning in to the RCD show. We'll see you next time.